I'm Cosmos and I haven't uploaded a video for like about a month.
Huh?
It was because I had my finals, but now that it's over, we're going to study Mandarin and Korean. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start. So, first, we're going to start with Mandarin. So, this is my Mandarin file. It looks pretty.
Wow.
Best part of this is the dragon. Okay. So, inside the file, So inside this file, I have printed these practical sheets from a PDF, and they show the Chinese characters with their stroke orders. So if you're learning Chinese, stroke order is actually really important. You can't just draw the characters however you want. So these PDF have words from HSK1 level, but they don't include all the HSK1 words. So what I did was printed these empty sheets where I can write the characters by myself and practice the ones that were missing. And this is my Chinese notebook. In this notebook, I keep a list of vocabulary, words that I'm learning. For each words, I write the Chinese character, the pronunciation and pinning, all in different color pens. So now that all of my steps are ready, it's finally time to start studying. Let's see how many characters and words I can actually remember today. Sometimes I get really confused about the stroke order of the Chinese characters. So when that happens, I use this website called Arc Chinese. You can just search it on Google and it will show up. On the website, you can either type the meaning of the word or the pronunciation, and it will show you the character along with the correct stroke order. You can just follow it step by step while writing. It also shows the pronunciation. So if you want to double check how the word sounds like, you can do that there too. Honestly, this website is really helpful for me. I use it almost every day when I'm practicing Chinese characters. Since my finals were going on, I stopped learning languages for about a month. During that time, I was mostly focused on studying for exams, so I didn't really practice any Chinese or Korean. Now that I'm coming back to it, I feel like I've forgotten almost everything I learned before. When I look at some characters or words, my brain is just like, wait, have we seen this before? Honestly, it feels like a little bit like I'm starting from scratch again. But I think this is actually a normal part of a learning language. So these are the characters and the words that I practiced yesterday, and these are the words and the characters I did today. Hopefully, I don't forget them. If you only study from books all the time, the language can start to feel a little boring or tiring. So, things like listening to music, watching shows, or other content in that language can actually help make learning much more fun and natural. As you all probably know, that I really love listening to music. So today I'm going to use that method as well as to practice my Chinese listening. As you can see, I've recently added a lot of Chinese songs to my playlist and I've been listening to them more often. So I can get used to how the language sounds like. And this song here, it's actually my favorite right now. I've been listening to it a lot lately. Now for Korean, I revised the previous words I learned, which is like about 100 words in this set. To make sure I remember them well, I use different kinds of exercises like translating the sentences, writing the meanings, and doing fill in the blanks and stuffs. And for the words that I forget or mess up, I use a red pen to mark them. The way I can review them properly later and make sure I don't forget the words over and over again. Honestly, using a red pen makes me feel like a real detective on a mission to catch all those tricky words. I ended my Korean study session by watching some content of Boy Next Door. It's a nice little reward for finishing my revision. And that's it for today's language study session. We went through Chinese stroke orders, practiced HSK1 words, revised 100 Korean words, and even listened to some music and watched some content. I hope you enjoyed today's studying with me, and maybe picked up a word or two along the way. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.